You're listening to Blackbear exclusively on TuneIn.
It's DJ Reflex. Blackbear is here.
I'm here with Anthony. That's his real name. DJ Reflex is a front. And he's actually a white guy.
I look very white. I'm not a white guy.
No, you hear every time I've ever heard you on the radio, it's like, oh, that's the white guy that's on
that station.
On that station.
Yeah.
That's
right. Well, thanks.
I'm the token R&B white guy, so
You kind of are.
Right now.
Yeah.
There's a lot of like mini Black Bears coming out. Because I won't sign to a label, all the labels found like
the B's and C's and D's.
Yep.
C's and
And
D's.
they're actually not that bad. I just featured on one like as a swap off.
Yeah.
Cuz I pretty much stole this kid's beat. But this kid, I'm not going to say what his name is, but he sent me a beat and he was like would you fuck with this? And I was like, yeah, definitely. Did a record to it. Sent it back and he's like, dude, we're fucking with this. We love this record, but I want to keep this for my EP.
Ooh.
And at the time I was like, dude, well, you have 1,700 followers on SoundCloud. Like, I'm about to make you some money. Like, just give the beat up.
Yeah.
And so he was just like, nah. And I was like, you're dead to me. All this stuff. Like, I wrote like a Bible, like text message. I was just like I'm gonna block you.
Yeah.
And we luckily worked it out.
So you must have liked it that much to want to go back and
I'd
like to actually allow it after that happened.
I love it. It's the song "Make Daddy Proud." So we came to an agreement that I would do a verse on one of his songs, and I was like, oh, okay, here we go. But they sent it, and it's amazing.
All right, so does that type of thing make you want to close off to like that?
Because I don't take beats, you know.
Yeah.
I make like most of my beats, and if I don't, then the Bear Trap Boys. I have like I find kids on SoundCloud all the time.
And you do it right. You do it your way. You get them, and then you don't have to deal with that.
They collaboratively work together, and I'll pretty much make like a 8-bar skeleton and write a whole song to it.
Sure.
And then I'll give it to like my boys, and they'll make it
right.
huge. Like songs like Wanderlust and like Flirt Back. Literally, Flirt Back was just that guitar in the beginning.
Sure.
I wrote the song to that.
Every now and then I'll drop in on you in the studio and try and make one change to the song and then try and claim publishing for like less than 3% usually.
With the Weezer thing.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Which I'm sure there's going to be plenty of publishing to spit up after that sample.
That's still in motion, and there's more people jumping on it.
Great.
It's awesome.
Can't wait to hear it. Let's talk about Digital Druglord, the success of it. And, for me, it's always interesting to see people still discovering you because I've known you and I've known your music for a while. And it's always been like, how come people don't know about Blackbear? How come people have? And it's like this swelling and swelling and swelling.
So funny. I got a text message from this artist that I'm messing with right now. I really like him. His name's Trees Low Key. Mm-hmm. He has a really, really dope song on SoundCloud, I think. It's called Joyride. And I think it's like a hit. And I want to do like a remix soon or just do a song with him. But he texted me yesterday and he was like, IDFC, bro, and like with the emojis and everything. And I was like, he's like, sorry, I'm late. But I'm realizing now like Do Re Mi and Digital Druglord is actually like people are like just finding out about IDFC, which is insane with like 100 million plays plus on YouTube.
Right.
50 something million on Spotify.
Sure.
I don't know, 30 something on SoundCloud. It's just like collectively like 1 billion plays.
And the beauty of that is you've been independent this whole time.
Yes.
And so as people discover the back catalog, you're making a lot of money and getting the recognition for the work you've been doing for the many years that you've been putting in the work.
Yes. The only thing I'm signed to is publishing with Universal, which actually, all love to them, but I recouped all the money and I met the song obligation and
it's that time.
It's that time for me to do a few admin deals.
Yeah.
To the people listening, this is boring suit talk, but that's how it works.
No, but there's plenty. I feel like you're a perfect, if not least, a good example for the artists that are independent that are trying to find a way for themselves because you are a true example of someone that really has went through the writing process for yourself and for other artists and tried to figure out the right lane.
That's the advice I give to every I have a huge maybe 10 to 20% of the people that come to my shows are like aspiring producers and songwriter, DJs, artists, stuff like that you could see them. They stand in the back, they watch, as soon as it's over they leave right away.
Yeah. They're more so like understanding it so that they can soak it in.
And if they, for some reason, buy meet and greet because they want to slide a mixtape to me or whatever, and they want advice, I literally tell them, like, you're going to have to bite the bullet for a little while.
Sure.
You're going to have to give away good ideas to bigger artists.
Yeah.
You're going to have to generate profit. I mean, I'm not telling you to sell drugs, but you're going to have to, like, make money to start an independent empire.
Sure.
You know what I mean? It's not free.
Yeah. Well, I think the other thing that's, if I was an artist in those shoes, that's inspiring is that you're not the obvious, like, artist, in my opinion, because you have everything about you is a little bit different than the norm. And I think the way you write and the songs that you choose and the production that you match up with the content, to the messaging, to the persona, to who you are as a person.
Aesthetically, I care so much.
Yeah.
You know, I want my Twitter to look like a Tumblr. I won't put links up, even down to, like, I got in a huge fight with, like, Island Records over Mansion's, like, whatever, using Vivo links instead of Mansion's redirect links. You know, like, I want everything to be pretty looking.
Right.
Like, use a bit.ly for all I care.
Right.
Like, but I don't want, like, this, like, HTTP / blah, 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 2164 Mansions Vivo blah link. It's ugly.
Right.
So, like, aesthetically, even, like, down to my website is beartrap.la. I want it so simple. I want to be like Steve Jobs of music, you know.
Yeah. And every opportunity you have with a fan or a consumer these days is an opportunity to, like, show your art, you know. And so every detail in that is important.
I let the fans pick one of the designs that's going on this next tour. It's US and Canada, and I let the fans just submit thousands of ideas for shirts. Most of them were just, like, dicks drawn on a shirt. There was one that said, like, LOL, I want death. Like, there's just whatever. But, like, the one that won is, like, a really nice design, actually. Yeah. And actually, there was a runner-up that was just as good. So I'm letting them I'm, like, flying them to whatever show they want to go to.
Nice.
And, like, we're doing this thing where we're out of, like, 4 set lists every night in every city. The fans get to pick the set list we play. I want to be more interactive with everyone. We're working on an app I can't talk about.
Sure.
But we're changing the game.
I mean, I've always seen that in you. And what's great is
It's going to be called Bear Trap with 2 P's, so Bear Trap app.
I was trying to digest that. I mean, your engagement with your fans is amazing. I mean,
it's been insane.
Yeah, it's
every week. Like,
I almost use the word worse, but for you, it's better. But it's like it's getting like.
No, like there was one week where I was just, which even this is already crazy to say, but there was one week on Twitter where in a 24-hour period I was getting 3 million impressions a day. We're doing like 20 to 60 million impressions a day on Twitter. Those numbers are damn near Bieber numbers. This is like really insane.
Yeah.
Just because I was one of the first people, along with Bryson Tiller, you got to give respect to the other people that have done it too, like to kind of like make my account a parody account almost, like where it's like one-liners that I tweet and relatable stuff that people care about.
Sure.
And it doesn't look like ads. I hate spamming people.
Right.
I hate even just like, I mean, I think I've posted my album twice tops on every media platform.
Sure.
I'm not like, buy digital druglord now. It's just like, if you want to buy it, buy it. If not, I know you can pirate it.
Yeah.
Just listen to it.
And I think that goes along with what we're saying is you haven't been necessarily force-feeding anybody. There hasn't been like a company that's force-feeding it to like radio or this massive mainstream thing. So I think like everybody that finds you is prepared to like hear more of you, and they're in a place, whether it's SoundCloud or Spotify or what.
And they also feel like they're a part of something, which is cool. Some subculture that's just, when I grew up, there was rock bands and emo bands in the garage playing, and now there's kids on laptops with auto-tune on SoundCloud.
Right.
Like, that's their outlet. Like,
right.
You work with what you have.
Sure.
Really. So like times have changed, and luckily I was kind of doing both growing up. I was like making like the little beats for my band's backtracks and stuff like that.
Right.
You know, like when I was like, 15 or whatever. I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, I've been doing it a really, really long time. I'm 26 now. Blackbear started when I was 21, I think. So it's been years in the making, for sure.
Sure. And you haven't really taken a break either.
Except for the hospital.
For your medicals. Yeah, sure.
The hospital stuff, that kind of was crazy.
Where you're forced to take a break. But I mean, you haven't actively like been like...
Even when I took a break, though, I went on tour to Nashe in the middle of my hospital visit. I was like, no, I'm fine. I can do it.
Yeah.
That probably wasn't the right move. I mean, not because it's Tinashe or anything. It's just because I stood there at the mic stand holding my stomach.
Yeah.
Like, you know, I couldn't give the show that people know me for.
Yeah.
I really pride myself on the live show. It's way different. It's just not what you would expect. I have like very chill records, but live it's very soulful. It's like going to church and there's visuals and it's an experience. Yeah.
Did that whole health scare, did it affect the way you just processed everything?
Yeah, it's the best and worst thing that's ever happened to me.
Yeah.
Because I was at a point where if I kept going, I was going to kill myself. I would go down as like another Kurt, only not as poppin'. But now that I have this second chance, it's just driving me to really like, I mean, just every opportunity, just grab it by the balls and just like,
Yeah.
you know, and just like, I'm just found myself being like nicer to people and like, life is so fragile. Like we're all gonna fucking die, and people don't really think about that. Like everybody feels immortal, and it's just like it's not like that. Like you can wake up like I did,
Sure.
one day, and the severity of my case, I had technically have chronic severe necrotizing pancreatitis, and I had a cyst. The cyst is gone, thankfully. Now it's been a year to get rid of it, so I'm actually healthy. Which is insane to say because I've been sick for a year and I had to take big horse pills to eat just to break down the fats in my foods.
Sure.
A lot of people are like, you don't need your pancreas. It's like, well, no, like you die without your pancreas. Like the food hits your pancreas first and it
breaks it down.
Breaks all the fats down and
right.
It does a lot.
Sure.
So if your enzymes aren't correct and like, it's. Yeah.
Was Digital Druglord was mostly all recorded post that? The major moment of that, or did you have some of it in works while that was happening?
I was like writing most of the album. I wrote 100 songs for this album. I picked the best 10. Yeah. Just because like I'm just like I'm not gonna keep putting out albums that are just like, oh, that was really cool. I'm getting to that point where it's just like you're not promised another day. Yeah. So I have to put out the best album of my life. Like, you know, it has to keep going. Yeah. And I actually already have singles to follow up Dory Me already. So I'm like excited. I'm really, really excited.
Love it. You're heading out on tour and, you know, how much do you love performing at this point?
I developed PTSD because of the hospital, because all of a sudden I was in the hospital for a year. So like I wake up thinking I'm in the hospital sometimes and like I have anxiety now. I never had anxiety before. I always thought people were just whining when they're like, I have anxiety. Like I didn't believe in it, but like it's real. It's very, very real. And the only time I feel absolute no anxiety is when I'm on stage. And it's just, since the beginning, it's just seemed like I was just pushed onto the stage. I was engaged at 21. I was ready to be just a writer and a producer, not be an artist. I had a little artist. I had Sex the Mixtape out. That was my first little thing. And those were all just songs that I wrote for other people that they didn't want. Sure. So I just put it out. And when we broke up, it was like I got offered my first U.S. tour by Travis Mills like a week later. So like the best way to get over like a girl is like to just like travel the country and just like, yeah, do you. So it was awesome. Yeah. So it's like I was kind of just like, it feels like everything in my life has always just pushed me to be on the road and travel. And that's where I feel, I don't know. Yeah. I could bring the songs to life. Like it's just what we're doing with this next tour is so amazing. Like everything's frosted acrylic. All the visuals go with everything. I mean, the instruments, like my piano, the drum set, the DJ booth, everything is frosted acrylic. It's like see-through but not. And every time we play, it glows colors for each song. Like so that matches the video.
The mood,
like,
the mood is consistent.
There's no spotlights. There's nothing. We are the light show. Sure. We all have jumpsuits. It's like all very heavily orchestrated. It's like gonna be really fun.
Awesome. Yeah. Well, I want to say thanks for stopping by Tunein Studios, and you know. We've known each other for quite some time, and it's fun to watch your journey, and it's nice. It's really cool to see what you've done with the music and personally, and I'm happy for you. So,
dude, thank
congratulations
you,
on Digital Druglord.
I'm glad to be here, and dude, tune in.
Yeah, thank you, Bear.
Dude.